Now tell us what a Negro naysayer is. I saw you post that. I really enjoyed that one.
A Negro naysayer to me is somebody who finds a problem for every solution. You know, it's somebody who, when they're confronted with anybody who believes in the possibility of black excellence, they start saying, oh, well, you know, black people can't do this and they can't do that, and we ain't got enough, and we broke and we struggling. And I hate that. It drives me insane because you will never position yourself to be able to compete if you're always focusing more on your limitations than on your possibilities. Like if I told you I wanted to climb Mount Everest, you could probably come up with a list of about 200 reasons why it won't work, and maybe about 4 reasons why, how it, you know, in terms of how it can work, right? You would say, you know, you're fat, you ain't never done it before, it's cold, you know, all of that. Right. But do I really benefit from you telling me why I won't be able to climb this mountain?
Not at all.
No, I need to focus on the little list, right? So I think for us, what we got to understand is this. Look, there's a difference between black people having less money than white people versus us truly being poor. I mean, it's not that we don't struggle. It's not that there's not hard times out here, but poverty, I mean, if you really want to see real poverty, and y'all have traveled overseas, you go to other countries, you're talking about people that can't eat. I mean, the idea of a fat person being poor is not even in their consciousness in some countries, right? The idea, you know, you can't be poor and have Jordans on your feet and you eating at fast food restaurants or whatnot. So it does not mean that we're balling out of control, but if black people were a country in themselves, we'd probably be about the 35th, between the 30th and 35th richest country in the world. So we've got something to build with. The question is, do we have the mindset of builders, or do we have the mindset of borrowers, beggars, or people who are more likely, for example, to look for a job than we are to go start a business?
Yeah, those Negro naysayers are funny because I don't have a problem with you making me aware of all the issues that we are facing, but where are the solutions? Exactly. And if you don't present any solutions, don't knock the people who are trying to present solutions.
Exactly. People with that mindset, unfortunately, I mean, they are, a lot of them are mentally ill, in my opinion. Like they've been, because oppression works really well because they get into your mind so deeply to the point where you're not even going to try to compete. And if I can make you not even try to compete with me, then that saves me a lot of energy from having to oppress you, right? So ultimately, you know, as you mentioned, you know, if you are just telling me all the problems, okay, tell me the problems. Tell me the problems. Tell me how we got here. Tell me why, you know, everything's stacked against me as a black man. But at that point, I need a solution. If you can't give me a solution, then all you're feeding me is despair and depression, and nobody benefits from that. We don't need more depressed black people. We need hope, but relevant, meaningful hope. We need a plan. If you ain't got a fucking plan, then shut up. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but it's the truth. I mean, if you don't have a plan, then I don't want to hear you tell me why it won't work. I see black people. Here's the thing. We have people that claim that black people can't build wealth, but other communities know that we build wealth for them. You know, the people that own the hair care shops, they depend on us to build their wealth. People who own, whether it's fast food restaurants or clothing stores. I went to a Gucci store.
We built this country for free.
Exactly.
As Angela Wright likes to say, we built this joint for free.
Exactly. We build wealth for people all over the world. So I just talked to Dr. Claude Anderson, author of the book Powernomics, and we were talking about these failing schools and how these schools fail black children. So many of our kids are not graduating. So many of our kids, even when they graduate, they can't even read. So many of our kids are being mistreated in these schools. A lot of our kids are being taught the wrong things. And you ask why. And my question is not why are they doing it? My question is, why do you trust these people to educate your kids? He made a very simple point. The descendants of slave masters should not be teaching the descendants of slaves. This is a problem. And if you don't think it's a problem, then that probably means that you could be the problem, or that your brainwashing is the problem.